Hello, hello, everybody. This is Dr. Andrea Blake, and I'm excited to be here. And I just wanted to share real quick and talk about holistic healing, healing holistically. I was just a guest on a
Hello,
podcast,
hello,
and we were
everybody.
talking
This
about.
is Dr. Andrea Blake,
Hold on
and
one
I'm
second
excited to
here.
be here. And I just
To.
wanted to share real quick and talk about
I need
holistic
to mute.
healing.
There we
Healing,
go. Here we go. I need to mute the YouTube flow so it doesn't sound bad. All right, here we go. We're talking about holistic healing and the importance of holistic healing. And as I said, I was just on a guest on a podcast, and they asked me the question, what is holistic healing and why is it important? Holistic healing is about looking at your life, let's call it a circle or pie, looking at your life from a place of wholeness. So your health is more than just your body. It's more than just, feeling good. It's more than just waiting, till you get sick to go to the doctor and get a medication or get a surgery. It's more than just being reactive, but it's being proactive and really becoming aware. That takes a lot of, self inflection and then self care. You always hear me talk about self care should be your highest priority. And then looking at your circle, there are areas of your life that includes your physical body, that also includes your mental health and well being. It includes your emotions, it includes your financial health, it includes your social life. Are you being isolated? Do you have healthy connections? Research shows that people that have healthy connections live longer and healthier lives. It's about your family life and it's about your career and your dreams. So you want to put everything in that to see how you're functioning in those areas and be able to not just be reactive when something goes wrong, but be proactive. It is okay to have a therapist. It's okay to see a therapist so that you can, take care of any mental health challenges that you're having or emotional challenges. I've seen a therapist myself and it's been very helpful. And it was a time when I really needed to focus in and take care of my mental health. So key for everybody to do that. If you don't need, you know, uh, you may not need it at this moment, but you always want to be focused on your circle, your wholeness, your holistic life circle. What is happening in this moment? And even not waiting, let's say, talking about mental health, not waiting until you feel, depressed or you feel sporadic and you're kind of out of it and up and down or all over the place and having emotional outbursts. But how can you manage that before it gets to that? What are you doing in your self-care regimen to regularly take care of your mental health? Whether that be you give yourself time away from the TV or decreasing how much you watch the news or decreasing how much negativity, negative atmospheres or negative people that you have around you, managing that before it gets out of hand and begins to affect you in a negative way. How are you processing your emotions? I have an online course where I talk about processing your emotions properly. And it's so key for everybody to be able to manage your emotions. There's an emotional scale that is important to be able to place yourself on that scale. And if you're feeling sad or depressed, that's normal. But are you stuck there? Do you feel like you're getting stuck and you don't know how to move up to having more contentment, more satisfaction, more happiness, or even the highest one, which is joy, love, and appreciation? Let that be your goal, even though we all have emotions to deal with. You want to learn how to process them properly before it is too late, before you have a breakdown, before you go into a deep depression and can't get out. What things are you doing to properly manage your emotions and take care of them right now in a preventative way, in a self love and self caring type of way? And it can be different for everybody, but that means what relationships help to nurture your emotions better? What activities nurture your emotions better? Or is it books that you read, podcasts that you listen to? And what are you doing? Do you journal and get out what you're feeling? Do you have someone that you can talk to, whether it be a trusted friend or whether there's a therapist, depending on the level where you can get out your emotions in a healthy way? And do you know how to process them? First, honoring whatever we feel is what we feel, but how can we process and move? Financially, your financial health, because guess what? We may have, most of us have experienced, I know I have, if I don't take care of my finances, it's going to affect everything else because that's stressful. And that's going to get into my mental health as well as, my body, because stress is the number one cause of disease and illness. So if I'm not over here managing my finances and making sure that I'm doing the things that I'm, living below my means, that I'm saving or, looking at my account on a regular, daily or every other day basis and taking out things that don't need to be moving things that I maybe, paying for. Sometimes we have things on auto pay and, there are little things, subscriptions that we can remove. How am I managing my finances so that it does not stress me out and so that I can just, live content and happy. And if you're not there, you can work your way there. But holistic healing is all about looking at everything. Where are you in your career? Are you happy with where you are? Do you have another goal that you want to expand out to? And how can you start working on that? Or what are things that you can do right now where you are to make things better in your career, in your work life? Are you just sitting by and just letting things, or are you taking the lead and being proactive in that? Do you need to get certified in something or take another course? Do you need to speak to your manager? Do you need to go and ask for a raise because you know your worth and the value you've been bringing, rather than not saying anything and letting that emotional stuff just kind of build up and not being processed and you're dealing with it daily? Do you need to change jobs or careers, and how can you start that process rather than waiting until something explodes? That's what holistic healing is all about. So looking at every area of your life socially. Do you have healthy connections? Are you getting out? Some of us, like me, I'm an introvert. Not everybody is. And as an introvert, I still need to make time to make connections with people that are healthy for me, that are uplifting for me, and having a social life, whether that means going to a yoga class or meeting a friend for lunch or planning, a weekend trip. And everybody has a different frequency, but is it satisfying for you, your social life? No matter if you're introvert or extrovert, don't ever just completely isolate yourself from life and connection. We're humans and we're wired and made for connection. And that is the most healthiest thing that you can do to live holistically. Definitely keep all of this in mind when you think about healing, when you think about health, that it is a holistic. You're not just one thing, it's a whole, dynamic of different things. And you have to decide, you know, they're the main essentials for everybody. And then there are some things that's just for you. What is going to go into your holistic healing circle? And then what are the plans that you're going to make to start managing that? Those are some of the things that I help in my course. I have what I call the blueprint for holistic healing and going to that next level. If you build a house, it has a blueprint for the builders and contractors to go off of, and it has a foundation in order for it to get to where the vision is for it. That's the same attitude that we should take with our lives and living. What is the blueprint? What do I want? Not just letting life happen and now I react. You get to be empowered and look at and make your life and create what you want and put the action steps to start walking in it and living it completely, fully, joyfully, holistically. That's what that's all about. And so definitely, stay tuned to this channel. We're going to be talking more in detail about the different aspects of holistic healing by themselves. Definitely don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next time. I'm Dr. Andrea Blake, and this is my voice.